a little bit about the foundation and what we do and the different resources we have available for folks with arthritis. I always have to start off these presentations by reminding folks that I am not a doctor, so I'm not able to give medical advice, diagnose, any sort of kind of treatment related answers. I can't provide those. For anything like that, I recommend you talk to your physician. But anything foundation related, I'm happy to answer. I'll tell you a little bit about myself just so that you guys know where I'm coming from. I live just north of Sacramento in a little town called Rockland. I've been with the foundation for, oh God, almost 8 years, I think. And it's been wonderful. I've been in this territory for the 7 years. I've met some great people. Our resources have come a long way from when I first started, and I'm excited to share them with you. So I will get started. Okay, so this is just a brief overview of the foundation. What we do, I'll kind of summarize this. What we do is we provide resources for folks living with arthritis in the local communities. I'll go over some of the more specific local ones that we do, but we provide help to folks to make sure that their quality of life is as good as possible. And caretakers as well, caretakers and patients with arthritis. We do that by, we provide our resources by community fundraising, major gifts, corporate partnerships and things like that. So, getting out in the community is very important for us and how we provide our mission. We are the champion of Yes, that's our logo. We are the largest supporter of arthritis in the country. And we are actually celebrating our 75th anniversary this year. So we've been around for 75 years. This is just a snapshot of the history of arthritis. It's the #1 cause of disability. It affects everyone. I think a lot of people assume, and myself included, before I started working here, I thought that arthritis was just an old person's disease, or it was just part of getting older, and aches and pains and inflamed joints were normal. And now that I've been here, I know that that is not the case. It is not normal. And so, and it doesn't discriminate. 65% of the people with arthritis are under the age of 65. Arthritis can affect little babies. I mean, I've met kids who were diagnosed with arthritis at 9 months old. I mean, it spans across all ages, all races, all ethnicities. It does not discriminate. And then just some, other numbers is it causes 172 million missed work days each year. So that's people that are using sick time, PTO, leave, not able to perform their jobs to the best of their ability because of their arthritis. And it also costs the economy over 156 billion in lost wages and medical expenses. So this is just kind of showing you that arthritis doesn't just affect the folks with arthritis, it affects everyone, a lot of people in the community. For research, this is just a snapshot from 2018. We've spent $12 million in osteoarthritis research. We've spent $3 million on rheumatology workforce development. We've spent $12 million on juvenile arthritis and 20+ million on research projects. This is a snapshot of where we are boots on the ground when it comes to our science. We are lucky here. We have in Northern California, we have a fellowship program at UCSF and Stanford. So we fund incoming fellows that choose to be in the rheumatology field. We do both pediatric and adult rheumatology fellowships. A lot of folks aren't aware that the number of rheumatologists is dwindling. They are retiring at a faster pace than they're coming in. So we have, there's actually 9 states in the United States that do not have pediatric rheumatologists at all. not anywhere in the whole state. When I first started here 7 years ago, there were no pediatric rheumatologists in Sacramento. There's none in Nevada. People had to drive to Stanford and UCSF to see a pediatric rheumatologist. And so what we are trying to do is really keep arthritis in the science community, keep it in, you know, the forefront of people's minds so that they can help us try and find a cure and treat patients. So what is arthritis? Again, it is not just an old person disease. It's not a single disease. There's over 100 different types of arthritis. And again, arthritis can affect anyone regardless of their age, sex, and race. And arthritis can cause permanent joint changes. So one of the things that we are noticing is when folks go and see their primary care physician and say, you know, oh, my knee hurts or my elbow hurts. Sometimes doctors will say, oh, take some Tylenol or use heat, use ice packs, things like that. And they're not actually treating the arthritis itself. It causes irreparable damage on their joints. And so we really want to make sure that patients that are concerned about their joint pain are really speaking up and advocating for themselves. I always tell everyone, patients need to be their biggest advocate. You know how you feel, you know what's not normal and what's not right, and you need to really speak up and communicate that to your doctor so that they can help address the issues. So here's a couple of our resources that we have. We have a helpline. And it is, it's on our website, arthritis.org, but there's also a phone number. It's right here on the screen, and that is manned by licensed social workers. So I send everyone to the helpline. If you have an insurance question, you need help finding financial support for your prescriptions, you need special help with accommodations at your job, anything that you could possibly need, I just tell everyone, call the helpline, and if they can't help you, they will find someone that can help you. I have this phone number on all of my business cards. It's in my email signature. I give it to everyone. If you take away one thing from this presentation, take this phone number and website, because it is very, very helpful, and it's a lifeline that we have for folks in the community. The other thing that we offer is connect groups. That's our fancy way of saying support groups. So we have support groups all across the country. We have some that are high level and kind of at the national level. So anyone can attend any of our groups, but we do have a couple of larger groups at the home office. We have an osteoarthritis group, and they meet virtually. We have a juvenile arthritis parent group. They meet virtually. We have a VA, a veterans group where we work with rheumatologists at the VA. So those are the national ones. We have a couple locally. We have some in San Francisco, the Bay Area. And if you go to arthritis.org, you can search in there and find your local support groups. If anyone's interested, I'm happy to send a list of a link to the website so you guys can sign up and find out when the next meetings are. I believe right now they're still meeting virtually. They're working their way back into in-person events. And then we have an online community. So what this is it's numerous resources, articles, blogs. We have an Ask the Professional section where doctors will get on and you can ask them questions. Obviously, they're not your physician and they're not privy to your health history, so they can't give you any guidance as treatment, but they can answer questions and help out where they can. There's recipes, there's exercises. I mean, the list is endless of the stuff that we have on our online community. So if anyone is bored or looking for something specific, I highly suggest that you hop on the website and kind of poke around and see what we have. And if there's something there something that you're looking for that's not there, definitely reach out to me, call the helpline, let us know, because our goal is to provide all of the arthritis community with anything they could possibly need. So if we're missing something, we want to know, and we want to be able to try and help provide you that assistance. And again, don't worry about writing down all of these websites and phone numbers. I will make sure that you guys get them. So here's a couple of examples of how we help and what we offer for the community. We have a summer camp for kids with juvenile arthritis. We have one in the Bay Area. We have 10 in person across the country, and we are just lucky enough that we have one here in our backyard in the Bay Area. It is a free summer camp. It's a sleepaway camp for a lot of these kids, and they get to meet other kids that have arthritis. Juvenile arthritis is not as prevalent as adult arthritis. Juvenile arthritis affects about 300,000 children in the United States. It's still a very large number. We'd love to see that number go down, but it's a little bit more rare. So there's not necessarily a kid in another child's class that has juvenile arthritis. And so sometimes they go a long time without meeting anyone else that has juvenile arthritis. So when we have the summer camps, they get together and meet each other, and they make lifelong friendships. And so we're able to provide that, again, at no cost for these kids. We also have a juvenile arthritis conference in Atlanta this summer in July. And that's a conference for the families, so parents, the patients, their brothers, sisters, grandma, grandpa, anyone that wants to come. It's a conference where we go over breakthroughs in research, any new treatment or changes to treatment that we have out there. And then we also go through any of the resources that we have here for kids. And then it's a fun time for the kids to get to see each other when they are not at summer camp. So one of the things that we have locally that we're very proud of, these are all virtual. It's called our quarterly series, and it's a patient education webinar. They're free, and we have different topics. And if you see here, we have one coming up in March. It's on gout, and it is being hosted by a doctor from UCSF. And these, again, they are not your physician, so they cannot diagnose you or give you treatment suggestions, but these are actual medical professionals. I am not even close to a medical professional. These guys really obviously understand it. They've gone to school for it. So these are great opportunities to be able to do a Q&A with the physician. You can ask questions, ask for advice, anything like that. And they usually go over, like for example, the gout one, they'll talk about what gout is, what can cause gout, what can cause flare-ups, and then kind of high-level non-invasive treatments that are over the counter that people could try because they can't, prescribe anyone anything. But it's a great insight. It's very helpful when it's disease specific. So we have one for gout, we have one for osteoarthritis. Our most common or most popular one is our integrative medicine. That's in October. It's by Dr. Shaw. She is amazing, and she's at Stanford, and she talks about over-the-counter medications, creams, lotions, and different strategies, the hot and the cold and things like that to use in addition to or in place of your prescription treatments for arthritis. So these are wonderful, wonderful webinars, very informative. Everyone who attends will get a copy of the recording. So I'll make sure you guys have a link to that because it's just a wonderful thing that we are proud to offer here. In the community, we have a couple of special events. We have a Walk to Cure Arthritis. We had one in San Francisco that was in person, but due to staffing, we had to make it virtual. So we do have one this year. It's in May, but it's virtual. And we use that to raise funds to support the mission, provide, pay for the social workers on our helpline, honorariums for the physicians that do these quarterly series and do these talks. The money that's raised here goes towards research, goes towards the summer camps. And so without these special events, we would not be able to provide the resources that we do. The other event we have is our Jingle Bell Run. It's in Sacramento. It's a holiday themed 5K. It's every December. It is our most popular event. It is loved by many, many people. We have, 1,000 people that come to this run. Some people come that don't even know anything about arthritis. They just want to do a fun holiday run. And so this is a really, really great event that we have. We have our bike tour. So if there's any bike riders on the call, this is a definitely boutique cycle event. There's a caterer that goes down. The riders ride from San Francisco to LA over a week-long trip. And you stay in hotels every night. If you want to camp, you can camp. But they have a caterer that comes through and provides, oh my gosh, gourmet meals. I've been on the bike ride. It's amazing. It's very humbling. And every night there's a different honoree. You get to meet other patients that have arthritis. Some of these riders don't have arthritis, but it's all fundraising for the mission and our research. One of the questions that I get asked a lot when I do these conversations is how people can volunteer. We have so many opportunities. We have folks that, if you like being on the phone or emailing, we get lists of newly diagnosed patients. And so we have folks that like to reach out and just say, hey, just checking in to see how you're doing, see if you need anything. We have event planning. If you're interested in being a support group leader, we have that. And then we have a leadership board for the whole territory where there are community leaders that get together. We meet about every other month and just strategize for this market and how we can maximize our reach in the community and provide resources to patients. And then advocacy. Advocacy is a big thing here at the foundation. We're very proud of it. We have helped pass quite a few bills. If anyone is interested in that, we have our advocacy program is amazing. It's kind of turnkey. You simply sign up, put in your information, put where you live. That helps them figure out what district you are and who your congressmen are. And then they have pre-written emails that they'll send to you, and they'll say, here, can you send this email to this person? It's so easy. It takes like 5 minutes, but those little things help us pass bills. One of the bills that we helped pass was called the step therapy bill. I'm not sure if any of you guys have dealt with this, but it's where insurance requires people to try drug A, B, and C before they can do D. So we've had situations where rheumatologists say, I know that based on this patient's situation that they are not going to respond to A, B, or C. I want them to go straight to D, but insurance is making them rule out and eliminate A, B, and C. So they have to try those, do months of being on those medications before they can go straight to the one the doctor knows is going to work. And so we worked to help pass the law to eliminate that so that now doctors can just prescribe exactly which drug they think is going to work best based on your health history. So advocacy is a huge thing. That's definitely one that directly affects patients in a larger number. So that is my presentation. Do we have any questions?
I'm happy to jump in to help here, Heather. Thank you, Heather. It was a wealth of resources that you kind of ran through. So folks, if you have any questions for Heather about the Arthritis Foundation, please do use the Q&A function to add them in. I do see we have one already from Barbara. How do we register for the webinars?
Yeah, I can send you, Brian. I can send you the link to the website where everyone can register. They should all be set up right now for all four, even the one in October. So you should be able to sign up for them ahead of time, and we'll send out reminder emails as it gets closer once you're registered.
Excellent. Sounds good. So it sounds like I'll be getting the links, and I have everyone's emails who signed up. So even for those folks who didn't get a chance to attend directly, I will make sure everyone gets the resources that Heather provides us. Do we have any other questions coming in? We're going to give folks a moment to type and think. I think I have Barbara. Any other questions? And if you raise your hand, we can unmute you to allow you to talk if that's easier. We don't have a huge crowd tonight, so we should be able to accommodate that.
There's no other questions. I answered everyone's question.
I'm not seeing any raised hands, and I'm not seeing any new questions coming in. Okay, well, if that's the case, I'm going to end the recording here and thank everyone for coming tonight. Hopefully you got put in touch with a resource that will be able to help you. And if not, at least get you some, put you in touch with a resource that can answer some of your questions. And if you have anything else you need from us, you have my email. Please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I will make sure the resources Heather forwards to me gets to all of you.